Hello, I'm Bill and welcome to my woodworking shop. I'm going to begin a series of videos on the construction of an Arts and Crafts Nightstand to go with a bedroom suite that I've been building. The bedroom suite currently consists of a king-size headboard, a chest of drawers, and a writing desk. And the nightstand will be the final piece for this bedroom suite. I'll take you through the steps of the design and the woodworking and finishing to build the finished piece. We'll start with the design. You'll see that I do not do a detailed design before beginning the piece. I start more with a sketch design that evolves over time as I build the piece, and I'll draw up some of the detail for the piece as it's needed. This approach has its downsides. Sometimes I wish I'd gone on a different route by the time I get to the end, but nonetheless it's the way I prefer to build. So let's start with some thoughts on the design process. I like to do my designs on 1/4-inch grid paper, and I'll draw the design in 1/4-inch scale. 1/4 inch equals 1 inch, and this gives me enough information to start my design. So let's start with the design inspiration. I'm building an arts and crafts piece, as I said, and I really like the quality and style of stickly furniture, so I found this picture to use as my design inspiration. This is a wonderful piece of stickly furniture, and I like the general proportion and balance of the piece, and so I'm going to use this for design inspiration. Now, the first stage of the design, this is a really messy sheet. It was started out just with the outline of the piece of furniture on it, and of course then I've done some calculations and scribbles on the page as I've needed. But I just start with a very basic outline. I have the width of the top, the width of the legs at the top, and a general indication of the taper. I just showed that the taper was going to start at a little over 2 inches and it was going to end at 1 inch, but I didn't define any curve or slope on the side, just a general indication. I've showed that the front and bottom is going to have a curved edge that's very typical of the arts and crafts pieces, and that's all I needed to start with. Next, I did a side view, and this piece is even simpler. It shows just the depth of the piece from front to back. It shows the width of the top, and it shows how much overhang I'm going to have in the front of the top. And in this case, I had no overhang in the back, since this piece is made to go up against a wall. So once again, just very high level. From this I know that I'm going to make the top 17 inches wide. And I can also get the dimensions for the sides for this level of sketch. Now for the appearance of the piece and the overall design, the next thing I looked at is the drawers, the number of drawers, and I like to say the weight of the piece. In order to select the drawer style, I drew up a number of sketches with different sized drawers. This first one was a 4-drawer chest, with each drawer being 4.5 inches in height. Then I drew several of another layout, and this one is a 3-drawer chest where I had a 5-inch, a 7-inch, and a 9-inch drawer. And this is where the idea of weight comes into play. This one felt a little heavy to me, with the drawer at the bottom being 9 inches. It just didn't have the feel and the weight that I preferred, that I was looking for. So I continued with some other sketches. I had several other 3-drawer chests that I don't have the sketches of here right now. But I finally ended up with a 3-drawer chest with graduated sized drawers, where the top drawer was 4.5 inches, the middle was 6, and the bottom was 7.5. And it's just a personal preference, but this felt more like the proper weight of the piece. And then from here I did a few more detailed sketches some of these as needed, but for example, this drawing, which is a top view, helped me get the dimensions of the side pieces of the carcass, and also began looking at how the joinery would be fashioned. And I just have another few pieces. This is a frame for the drawer dividers. This is a little more detail of the drawer divider frames. And then I had one front view of the taper on the leg. So that's basically the extent of the detail that I go to design the piece. And then a lot of the detail is done on the fly. And as I said, this is my preferred way of doing it. I don't particularly enjoy sitting down and drafting it out over an extended period of time. I just as soon get to the woodworking. This is the way we're going to start this piece.